Hello, Sabers. It's Pink Shorts, Skygo.
Boy feeds on internet 857.
857 Trinity 57. This is Pink Shorts, LK. Bankruptcy abbreviated BRUIX 23. I said it. Yeah, I just said it, Sabers. Today is the Trinity Broadcasting Network, WNY Bay, Jamestown. I'm Sean Williams from Jamestown. Hello. Trinity Broadcasting Network, Hurricane Katrina. How are you? Time on the cable lane up 14201 042. No, oh, 14201. I'm sorry. This is Chic, Vago, Camry, and my Zonalin 8CL available at your local pharmacy, DCX 4215. IDRC, I'll keep your secret. Beauty in the base. Today's show sponsored by the Posse committed this act of federal statute. No military earpieces with civilian law enforcement. 18 U.S.C. 1385. B. President. Pink Shorts is one of a live democracy, republic, both exposed and approved. Thank you for writing the Emerald, the new safety video. This is Auditorium Station, Auditory Nerve, is Cebus iPhone, Hibiscus information. This is Pink Shorts, a verbal contract, civil code 1622. We dismiss the use of land and patent, communicating with your patents via my client's medulla left leg, my primary motor cortex left leg, my primary visual left leg, my primary auditory left leg, articulate fasciculus left leg, my hippocampus left leg, my hypnotized left leg, my hypnotized left leg, my in sleep left leg, my vertical doesn't work, left leg, my brachial left leg, my ankle gyrus, or any part of the left or right hemisphere of the brain as an ingredient of identical evidence. And discretion of all content obtained will be used for the new old television network on Married with the Businesses Left Right Foot Shock. Contact us at MerriweatherA.Law 594-1443. We're not affiliated with the President of the United States. We're Cricket. We're a copy. We're different. We're the Bug in AT&T, Atlanta, Cable, Walmart receipts. Pay your Geico bills at 1-800-932-8872. The rest of my debt and say sorry. Mechanical overhear and breakdown at Geico. Call us at 1-800-443, like my phone number, 740. Wait, 740. 7401. Contact us at Mechanical Overhear and Breakdowns. If you have a mechanical breakdown, call us. Eric Schmidt is out of a hearing. Hello. How'd you get out of this? How? Eric, how? How did Eric get out of this
The
hearing?
place to talk baseball every day is MLB Network Radio.
Oh, well. Looks like Jared Hughes injured. And Jared Hughes. Well, you injured with Eric. Jared Hughes and Eric. I don't know. Thank you, Sabres. We agreed. Miss Cleo, contact us at 1-800-980-8637. 1-800 Peachtree, 98 Isabel, Ground Zero, 86 Mogul. The other sidekick with a keyboard and 37 Weather Channel, Yuri Harris. In California, two-party consent law required to record the issue of any coverage communication with the President or the White House. This is a verbal contract. We don't have to ask questions. We don't have to answer them, including a private conversation, telephone, Google Hangouts, Google Hangout. Thank you, September 12th, YouTube Live. This is a news program. Without the consent of all parties to the conversation would be a violation of 632. Statutes of limitations don't apply. We're in scandal. Intrusion lasts for 2 years in California. Civil Code Section 335 AM, January 18th, 334, June 18th, June 19th, 10 p.m. patented shows Bruckheimer, and recently August 8th, Ripush Sonic. 8:46 a.m. World trade has been impacted at this time. Recognize intrusion upon seclusion claims. However, versus your postcode, this is a live email you have received because we're answering your questions. Intrusion on seclusion is a special form of invasion of privacy. Applies when you intentionally intrudes physically, otherwise follow to the exclusion of another. Chef Boyardee in moist states, Pillsbury. We make this a communicable intrusion on seclusion. A plaintiff must show established 4 elements. First, without authorization or a babysitting visit, invading the private affairs of the plaintiff. Second, offensive to a reasonable person babysitting business. How do you know when he's babysitting? Third, a private matter or a babysitting business. Fourth, and finally, cause mental anguish, too tightening, suffering, pain, or suffering to the plaintiff. Please refer to master performing your job incorrectly. That could be anyone. Performing your job incorrectly can be sued. Intrusion upon seclusion of the attorney guy. Thank you, attorney guy. I'm very excited to do today's show. I word savvy from head to toe. I did everything I wanted to do. It's on the Invest in Stores. Audio experience 11 song, motivational speaker, richest man in America, universe world, galaxy. Save me some of that beach comment. It's on the Invest in Stores. High speed singer in the world. Tweet us via early late at FRESH underscore JRDNZ. I wish I could do the ceremony. Every 20 minutes of the hour. We knew there was a ceremony. Remember, 311 Altus speed your screening process of your new president is your new iPhone with the splitter. You can charge and hear your iPhone with this cable. They haven't mentioned it yet, but it comes with the iPhone. The new one. Remember, 32511, where intercepting wire or an electronic communications prohibited. The new prohibition. Today shows MerriweatherA.Law, America's first singing attorney. We made the law sound wonderful, every song. This is the way it should have been, besides everything. QRM Agency Broadcast Media Network. I love a song, close the doors, seatbelts. The music will sink into the sound system. 67 degrees. Only they do what they do. They'd agree. We're in a 2017 luxury for me to you savers. We cannot do that. Where you can run your windows up, you can run your windows down. You can ride with us. So you get the finer things in life. We're a savings catcher. If you catch it, you get it. Our co-host tonight was Currency Foot Ulataw's Perjury. Get your terms of service or your end user license agreement. V Siri, PHRJ OBM. You've got to get how the news does their job. They don't really tell us the truth. You get prepaid, you don't get a bill. In New York, section codes 120.30 promoting suicide. Class C felony, 4 years in prison, $5,000 fine, and accessory charges. Citrix billing software and Custard Corner. Say Custard Corner slowly 5 times. Oh, are they trying to get rid of us with ice cream? I can't say. I can't say that here. Today's pink short to Adobe Illustrator Free. The resume of someone elsie, someone elsie, someone elsie, someone elsie, someone cookie. Arlington. We left saw this person making a left on Kenmore to the credit card dealer state. They just got someone else. Today's show is sponsored by Nicole Blowacki in a Chevy Beretta. Someone elsie. Apartment 2, right? Yep, apartment 2. Apartment 2, we Wingate. Today's show is MerriweatherA.Law, Soundtruck Zoning, LKBRUAX23, someone elsie. V Mary O2, V Siri, V Alley, the West Valley Demonstration Project, CDMA Code Division Multiple Access, GSM, Supervisor Ethan, ethnicities must separate with this virus. Email title VIHSBC Stevens iPhone, 1048 refund, mistakes and program differences part LK, BRUX23. Accuracy is abbreviated, miles wide, the only way to go. Due to time constraints, we're expediting our intro.
Home feeds on Sirius 219, XM 180.
That's right, Home Depot feeds and the
Feeds
White
on
House.
Internet 863.
Hello,
In the
Vicks
NFL's
Vapor
preseason,
Rub.
8 p.m. Atlanta Falcons take on the Miami Dolphins.
44.
Home feeds on Sirius and XM channels
Home
88 Internet.
feeds. Our president is Vicks Vapor Rub. Let's say hello to Vicks Vapor. Oh, is Barack Vicks Vapor Rub? Well, that will be correct. You've got blue cigarettes. E-cigarettes, vapor smokes. Oh, dark vapor. Dark Vader's your president. You didn't even know it, did you? I didn't know Dark Vapor was our president. Vicks Vapor Rub. That's correct. And he's your president. Dark Vapor. Newport. Oh, I didn't know. Dark Vapor, how are you? He's your president. He's your prize. Dark Vapor. Walgreens has blue cigarettes. Greg Watson. You gotta get Greg. Where did you buy your cigarettes? Well, we bought them at Walgreens and the blue ones. And now he's our president of the United States of America. Well, we'll see if Josh can confirm Vic's vapor rub.
Good afternoon, everybody.
In Walgreens, Gregory Watson on
I do not have
Lakeview.
any comments at the top, so Kathleen, you can go
Yeah,
ahead
what
and
up?
get
Who's Greg on
I wanted
Lakeview?
to start with
Gregory
the,
Washington.
Turkish operation.
Nice snacks from Walgreens. Who was that? Vic's Vapor Rub. Of the series.
Particularly if
Vic's
you're still
44.
worried about escalating tensions between Turks.
Where's Barack so we can next about
Well,
Vapor
we'll
Rub?
do a couple of the many complicated dynamics inside of
From Walgreens. Gregory Washington. Washing machine.
I think to directly answer your
Washington.
question, the United States
Verbatim
has
in process.
been encouraging the Turks for quite
The
some
Turks,
time.
the Vapor Rub, yes,
to
is your president.
Decisive
To
action
take the Oval
to close
Office
that Turkey-Syria
before you
border,
even vote.
particularly this.
Hello, D44
portion.
on Yahoo Chat.
Those of you who
Those of you who didn't know,
covered the
we
president's
told you here
trip
first.
to Antalya,
Rub it in.
Turkey, where the G20 was last fall,
Yeah, rub it in,
will
rub it.
recall that this is an issue that came up in
Vapors.
a bilateral meeting between President Obama and
Chest
President Erdogan.
congestion. The vapors.
So the fact that Turkey has
This fact
taken these steps is an indication of important
It's
progress.
an indication of Vic's Vapor
And
Rub.
even in the context of that,
Even if Theraflu's on the shelf,
that President Obama had with his
you got
Turkish
Theraflu of Vic's
counterpart last
Vapor
fall,
Rub. Cold.
President Obama assured
President
President
Obama
Erdogan
is a
that if
cold.
the Turks sought
Sought
US
the
and
flu,
Polish
their
assistance
flu.
for those efforts, then
Those efforts?
we'd be happy to provide
We'll be
that kind
happy
of
to
assistance
provide a
because we
voting
understand
machine for
strategic
the
priority
public.
associated with
You still want to go vote.
closing that border.
Closing that porter.
In part because we know
After that, I don't want to vote. I
some
mean, where's the fruit?
ISIL supply
It's your
lines
Vapor Rub.
traverse the border in that
It's
region.
cream on the
And so
back.
being able to shut that down,
Was anyone rubbing
can
cream on the
be
back?
part of our broader strategic
We can't
effort.
say that's national parents.
So that's the first part. And my colleagues in the Department of
That's
Defense
national
will provide us more
security.
detail about how exactly the United States
Oh
is
well,
able
I
to
guess it's
provide
national security about cream.
military support for those ongoing efforts. Obviously, the United States
Vapor
has unique
Rub.
capabilities that can be valuable.
But you're
in
black,
operations
you know,
like
you're
this.
fine, you're black.
And
You're back, you're black, you're back.
our NATO
Back,
allies in
back,
Turkey
back,
can
back,
valuable
black, black, black,
contributions
back.
to the counter-ISIL
That's correct,
campaigns.
and that's national parents. I mean, national security.
You also made a reference to the long-running tensions
Long-running tension
between
between
Turks
Turks
and Kurdish forces
and Kurdish
populations
forces.
in that region of the world. Those
That region of the world,
tensions
those
have been
countries.
simmering for a long time.
long time.
And of course, that's something that we
And
monitor.
of course, you know, you move to
The United States
Williamstown,
has been decisive
BET, and we
forceful
move to
in
corporate,
condemning,
to business.
acts of terrorism.
It's DIA, CIA.
On the other hand,
On the other
there have
hand,
been some forces
some
inside
forces inside
of
of
Syria
Syria
that include some
that
Kurdish elements
include
that have been
Alicia Silverstone and
making an
Stacey
important
Dash.
contribution to our counter-ISIL efforts. So
So
there's no denying it's
there's no
complicated.
denying
Of
that
course,
we
it's
make
something
that,
we're
and
mindful
it's a
of.
sport. It grows, and
And just to move on to one other,
it helps the public.
there's a lot of discussion about the increase
Today's show is
of
sponsored by Zonalin HCL and from Galise Pharmaceuticals. Zonalin.
this debate.
Oh, I love Zonalin. It makes me feel so good. It makes me know the truth. Zonalin HCL. Time release extended tablet. Today's show is sponsored by Zonalin HCL from Galise Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, well, this
The
certainly is an
VMAT.
attention that this is an issue that's gotten a lot of attention.
This is an
in the
issue
media
that's got
over
a
the
lot of
last couple
attention.
weeks.
People are taking these pills and wonder why he's saying it.
I'll start by saying
I'll start by
the-
saying that
one of the goals of the
one of the
Obama
goals of our
administration
administration
has been to
is been to
limit the
supervise
growth in healthcare
EFIN,
costs, including trying
including
to reduce costs of
wearing white
prescription
hats,
drugs. And
white shirts, and white
the Affordable
hats.
Care Act
The Affordable
has
Care
made
Act
an impact
an impact
on
on
putting downward pressure
putting down those outfits.
healthcare inflation.
Healthcare inflation, we're
But there are certainly
mild.
some other steps that we
We're not in.
believe,
We're a little bit less.
federal
We don't wear the
government should take.
outfits
Unfortunately,
as
all
often as
too
we
often it's
like to.
Republicans in Congress
Republicans in
who are
Congress
standing up
who are
for
standing up,
pharmaceutical companies, and
political
not
companies,
looking out for
looking out for
taxpayers and patients in the
taxpayers
United States.
of the United
So
States.
there
So
certainly is more that we believe
certainly
can
more
and should be
than
done in general
we
to address the
done
question of
And the other donut
rising
place
prescription
on
drug
Delaware
prices.
is
As it
Hurdle.
relates to this specific issue,
We haven't seen
obviously
this
I'm not
person
gonna
before.
make
Make true hardware, true
specific
value.
comment or specifically second
We have
guess
to value our donut
pricing
places.
strategy or the business practices
It
of
isn't done.
one private enterprise.
One private enterprise.
I will observe,
I
however,
will.
that pharmaceutical companies that
Pharmaceutical
often
companies try to
portray themselves
we are
as
wireless.
the inventors of life-saving medication often do real damage to their
real
reputation.
damage to Ed,
by being greedy
Weirdo. This is Ed
and jacking up
Weirdo.
prices
TSA.
in a way
This
that
is very Ed
victimizes
Weirdo.
vulnerable Americans.
Full Americans.
And I think it raises
And I think
significant questions.
Donovan brings
even
those
moral
donuts
questions
for a
in the minds of
reason.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
So we certainly have seen
So
other
I've certainly
high-profile incidents of
have
pharmaceutical
done this
companies
before.
that have taken a hit,
That have taken a hit.
both to their reputation
Both to
and
their
their stock price
reputations.
for engaging
For
in
engaging
unscrupulous
in
practices.
these practices.
And I think other
And
companies,
Walgreens doesn't.
including other
Not the
pharmaceutical
only.
companies, would be wise
Other
to
pharmacies sell blue
learn those
cigarettes
lessons.
and Vicks Vapor Rub. 44, President, United States.
Well, I'm not going to, again, I'm not going
Well,
to
I'm not going to comment on the Home Depot.
specific business practices of
I'm not going to comment on the Home Depot. The White Home.
no, there's a
Or
role
Lowe's.
for private companies and for
Adam
private entities to
McLowell.
make their own decisions.
Like Adam Lowell.
Or government enterprise.
Harbor
or
Freight
some other
Tools.
things, but so I'm not going to.
You know, you can work from home.
Okay. All right. Aisha.
Thank you.
Today's show is sponsored by ZONING, HCL, only from Galeed Pharmaceuticals. The Cricket copy of AT&T, Land Cable, and the Buffalo News.
I'm not. I don't know to what extent the president has been briefed on this issue. I can tell you that White House officials are
In Pontiac.
following the situation.
Pontiac of Congress.
Based on the latest update,
Based on the latest
received,
updates I've
there are still
received,
forces on the ground.
the
Afghan
camera's
forces
located
that
here,
are still
and you
clearing
have a
the university.
crash on Sweet Home.
My understanding is that
The camera is by the receiver.
At least the shooting has stopped.
At least the shooting
for the
has
time
stopped.
being, but there's still ongoing efforts to ensure
Ongoing
that the situation
efforts
has
to
been,
spell bankruptcy.
resolved. I don't have an update for
BRU.
you in terms of what
Trinity
the
Broadcast Network.
casualty reports are, but
We want to say happy anniversary
I can
to
also
those
tell you, I
storms.
think this is something that the Department of Defense has indicated.
Pink
which
Shorts
is
is
that
the
there
only
are
news that's telling the truth.
coalition advisors that are assisting Afghan forces
Afghan
in
forces.
the effort to clear the
And your
university.
energy. Home energy.
And I think this underscores the
You know,
significant
ceramic
challenge
heaters
facing
or
the people of
national
Afghanistan,
fuel,
particularly as it relates to their security
natural
situation.
gas,
But we continue to see the
or three
skill
stickers.
and professionalism of Afghan
Transportation that
security
looks like a three sticker.
and
And
that's not
if you
happening
open the
by
mail,
accident. That's happening because of the
oh
commitment that the
boy,
United
what is
States
this?
and our NATO partners have made to enhancing
You're going to see
the
obscenity
capacity and capability of
Capacity.
Afghan security forces to provide for the
Security
security
forces.
situation in their own country.
in their own country.
So the UN Security Council is meeting today to discuss North Korea's latest
Open the
missile
mail.
launch from a submarine.
Oh, what's
Earlier
in
this
here?
month,
It's got a orange sticker on here. Let's open it up.
Another missile launch by North Korea.
It looks like Nickelodeon. What could it be?
To also oppose the deployment
The kids are going to
of
open the
US
Nickelodeon mail. Looks like
anti-missile
Nickelodeon
in
sent it.
South Korea.
Let's open the
Is that
Nickelodeon
concern for the White
mail.
House? I mean, China is the
It's
seems to be one of the only
orangey.
countries that has any sway
Orange
over
stickery.
North Korea.
Oh, what is? Oh my
And
God, what is
China
this?
is raising concerns about U.S. actions in the region. So
Bro,
is
that's
that
not
a concern?
Nickelodeon mail.
Well, let me start by just
Let me
acknowledging
start
that,
by
the U.S. Strategic
the
Command
U.S. Strategic
did
Command
detect and
did
track what
detect
we assessed was a North Korean submarine
a U.S. Postal Service
missile launch yesterday.
Blue Cross
Yesterday afternoon.
at
the launch of a presumed
presumed
KN-11
11
submarine launch ballistic
orange
missile
sticker.
off the coast
Looks like
of
Nickelodeon.
Sinpo. The missile was tracked
The
over
missile
into the
was
Sea of
tracked
Japan, approximately 300 miles off the
300
coast
miles off the
of
coast
North Korea.
of North Korea.
And NORAD did conclude that the missile
Did
launch
conclude.
did not pose a
Yeah,
threat
there's
to
three
them.
crossings. Three.
So I think
A child would
detailed
open a
readout,
mail that looks like
should be a pretty
Nickelodeon.
good indication to you and everybody else. This is something that we're watching
Something
closely.
that we're watching very
And we
closely.
do continue to be concerned with
Or
destabilizing actions of the North Korean.
of the North Korea.
We
What's
have,
in there?
over the last year or so,
Or
been
some.
able to work more effectively with the Chinese
What's in the three
government
sticker
to
mail?
apply additional pressure to the North Korean regime.
To the North Korean.
You've heard me say on a number
You've
of
heard me
occasions
say
now
a number
that
of occasions.
our ability to
Our
unite
mail.
the international community.
You put it in the city.
In this effort, like China,
We have to put it in a
to
city
present a
bank.
united front to North Korea and deepen their isolation will be critical to
Will
our
be critical.
ability
Yeah, it's a
to
deco
apply
in the
sufficient
city
pressure to
mail.
change their behavior.
It hasn't happened at none of
We're
it.
going to continue to work
We're going to
cooperatively
continue to open the
in a
mail.
coordinated fashion with the
It's a
Chinese to try
3-sticker.
to steadily ratchet up that pressure.
Go
You've
temp
reported about,
agency at the city.
public
I don't know if a
comments
deco
of
and
the
city
Chinese
go
raising
together.
concerns about
It sounds like
the
it goes
deployment
together. I
of
mean, it's a
THAAD
deco
to
temporary
South Korea.
agency
This
and
is
a shitty group.
sophisticated
Shitty
anti-ballistic
bank.
missile defense system
Bro,
that
don't
the
open
United
the
States
mail
has
if it has a
offered to our
Nickelodeon
allies in South
sticker on it.
Korea, acknowledging the threat imminent to
Acknowledge
North
what
Korea.
Donovan is saying.
This
We've made
is a
clear that
defense missile,
we are leasing and
ballistic
renting
missile
apartments
defense system that would be oriented toward the threat.
oriented in North Korea.
And that's why we don't
And
believe
that's why
it should
we,
be a subject of
our
concern
resume
of the-
makes
of the
sense.
Chinese.
Obscenity.
But, they've indicated otherwise.
It's West Point
We believe
and
this
the
is a prudent
Foley
step, and
Stadium.
something that our
Government
the
employees.
deployment of the THAAD is a prudent step, and we've done it in consultation with our allies in South
Our
Korea.
allies
I
in
think
South.
The threat that they face is
It's a 3-sticker. It
obvious
looks like
to
the
many.
transportation.
so.
So we
should
don't know what happens on these
impair our
3-sticker
ability to
buses.
continue to
What
work with the
happens
rest
on
of
the
the international
3-sticker
community,
bus?
including China, to apply additional pressure to
Apply additional
North Korean
pressures.
regime.
Yeah, they put another orange
Ultimately,
sticker
China has their own
on the
vested
box.
interest,
That's correct.
in
In
seeing
239
North Korea
Princeton, orange
cease
stickers.
and desist from these kinds of destabilizing actions.
These kind of
It's on the
Dan
basis of their own
Hughes
self-interest.
government employees don't make
Work
sense.
together, to apply additional pressure
To apply additional pressure.
dynamic there. But that obviously hasn't happened yet.
That obviously was sent to us.
Let's move around, Andrew.
I wanted to ask you about.
We can't discuss what was in there.
Do you have any indication of
Use your
whether
imagination.
there are Americans?
We just want to know the ethnicity. We can't say that here.
Diversity and whether there's a hostage situation?
You have to use your
I don't have any
imagination.
more granular detail. than
Ask
what I've been
Josh.
able
They
to
said
provide.
it.
I would actually refer you to my colleagues. At the
Yeah,
State
I
Department.
would.
I know
It's,
that
yeah, it's, yep. That's it.
my colleagues at the U.S. Embassy in Kabul are
My
obviously
colleagues.
closely monitoring this situation, and they may be able to provide you some additional information, particularly as it relates to
That's the
status
flavor that
of,
it is.
Americans who may or may not be in harm's way.
On Syria, what does
Want to say hello to
Turkish
HBO.
intervention in northern Syria mean
The whole
for
box
US
office.
relations with the YPG? And
The
how
real.
they can work. You've worked with them in the past in northeastern Turkey.
And Cartoon Network after 11 p.m.
Well, this, as I
Well,
alluded to, Kathleen's questions.
Captain's question.
I know you spent a lot of time covering this.
We've
obviously,
obscenity in many
as well as
ways.
anybody in this room, that the
Television,
kinds of tensions
in the
between
mail,
the Kurdish population
and
in every region of
microwave
the world and the
hearing.
Turkish government are longstanding.
and
That's been part of the complexity.
that's been part of how we
the United
train
States and the rest of
captains
the
to do
international
our
coalition has had to
0964 work,
in addressing
civil
the
rights
situation
work.
inside of Syria.
Side of
What the
Syria.
United States
What the United
has
States
said
has said,
is that the crux
that
of our
is
strategy will be
the
supporting
proximity
local forces
sensor
on the
and
ground in
camera
Syria who
are
are committed
the
to taking the
receiver
fight to ISIL.
of the Chevy
And
Malibu
the
on
United
Sweet
States
Home.
has offered support
Offered
to those
support
forces on the ground.
to its forces on the
taking
ground.
fight to
I
ISIL.
saw. It's a deco.
And that's the case that we have made to the Turks.
Hello, it's a
who
deco.
are-
City group.
who have made no secret of their unease about this.
Mueller
particular
Services.
situation.
Hello.
But the fact is, there
But the
have
fact
been
is,
diverse forces
diverse
inside of
forces.
Syria that include some Kurds.
yes,
but
that's
also
City
our
group. We
Arabs
do work
and
for the U.S.
Turkmen
Postal
and others
Service.
who have been in effective
3
fighting force
stickers.
against ISIL.
Nickelodeon
They
mail.
have been
Open it.
responsible for
Open it up. Nickelodeon
significant
mail.
gains on the ground inside of Syria. Now, those gains would not have been possible
Now
without
we have seen a deco.
equipping,
Temporary agencies.
and advice and assistance has been provided by
Green ones.
the U.S.-led counter-ISIL
Are
coalition.
they green?
And that progress has been
Has
enhanced
been enhanced
by air
by,
power that's been deployed by the United
passports.
States to our coalition
That's correct.
partners to support their efforts on the
let's
ground.
say, a deco, Citigroup, and U.S.
And
Postal Service. Times, real
those,
quick.
Unified forces.
A deco
has
City
been
U.S.
to go
Postal
after
Service. A deco City U.S. Postal Service. A deco City U.S. Postal Service. A deco City U.S. Postal Service. 3 stickers.
Follow-ups.
Thank you, Nike Retail Services, for the new orange
Is the
stickers.
administration doing anything to review this pricing
increase or look at what on here.
I'm not aware of any.
I'm not aware of any
specific
mail that's
steps that are being
spam.
contemplated
It's
at this
spam.
point,
It's
but if any
pop-ups.
decisions,
Pop-ups.
regulatory decisions like that were going to be made.
We're going to be
I assume they
made
would come from
as
HHS or FDA or one of those
FDA
agencies that
agencies
has
have
some more relevant
some
authorities.
more
in mind
relevant
to that.
authorities.
Now regret citing the legislation that encourages schools.
Today's show is sponsored by ZONING from Gilead. We are the zone of cricket AT&T.
No, I'm not aware of any regret. The fact
Hey,
is that
Ladybug, how you doing, Ladybug? The blue cigarette,
the medicine that is
as we explained, is a
delivered
vapor.
through this equipment.
And this vapor,
saves lives.
you rub on yourself.
And I think that's why some of
the Home
moral questions I alluded to
Depot,
before are raised in the context of these series of stories.
After the garden
but I'm not going
department,
to
we work.
second-guess the specific
We
pricing
worked in the
decisions
garden
of,
section all the time, which has a lot of shrubs,
they'll obviously have to
a lot of bushes.
make those kinds of decisions on their own.
We were
But there
developing.
have been other pharmaceutical companies that have gotten a lot of unwanted attention
We were developing a Vicks Vapor
for
44.
their pricing practices.
Well, what color
and
would it
certainly
be? What color?
degrades
What color would it be?
Their efforts
Their
to
efforts. We can only say there's a
build
Cadillac
reputation for themselves as an
bumping
organization
parked
committed
cars.
to
That Cadillac is.
developing and
Oh,
providing
what color? Tell us the
life-saving
color of the
medicine.
Cadillac. The color is. Oh, drum roll. He about to say the color. The color is black. Ravita Meekins, Robert Gates,
I've seen
Vicks
some of those news
44,
reports.
Vapor Rub.
It's not clear to
Working
me
in the
now,
garden
based
department,
only
shrubs and
on what I've read in
bushes,
news reports, that there's
and
any
Blockbuster
correlation or
Video.
any connection, but I assume that's something that you and your news organizations will
You and your news organizations, Pink Shorts, have just revealed.
Assad maybe didn't turn over all the materials.
Oh, look, it's a Realto commercial.
Production in Syria. Do you have any comments?
What about Vicks Vapor
Well,
Rub
obviously, this is something that the
and e-cigarettes?
OPCW has been carefully looking at. And,
Well, it goes with Newports, New Bush, New Budweiser,
and we,
New
we- that should.
Anheuser.
What we were able to achieve a couple of years
What we were
ago,
able to accomplish
and
was a successful
getting the Assad regime
campaign
to acknowledge
and
they
inauguration
had
in 2009.
a significant quantity.
You
of
have a
chemical weapons,
significant
rounding up those chemicals
treason
and destroying
and
them,
destroying.
made the world safer.
Made the road safer.
It
I mean, it rained
eliminated
and we swam out of that.
a significant
A significant
proliferation
blue cigarette Newport
risk.
and Anheuser-Busch
You have a country that
risk.
is overrun by
We have early warning
extremists.
services,
Having large quantities of
a
chemical
contribution
weapons
of
floating
all
around
the
is not a
banks
good idea.
to minimize
Not a good
risk.
combination. So
To minimize
we've been
risk.
pleased that the Assad regime's
minimize
nuclear
risk.
chemical weapons stockpile
Early warning
was rounded up and
services.
destroyed. But the situation in
But
Syria
the
has
J
been
isn't
murky for
there.
quite some time.
It spells Jewish. We add
We've
a J
also
to
been,
it.
expressed our previous long-running concerns
Let's say hello to Frank
about
and House of
the
Masters
gratuitous violence that's used
and
by
True
the Assad regime
Funerals
against innocent civilians,
and
including
early warning
weaponization
services.
of otherwise common chemicals to try to
We can't discuss that. We're not discussing that on the show.
exacerbate the violence in that country.
What do you want to know?
Chlorine, a commonly available
About commonly
industrial
available
chemical that,
Verizon plans, the more plan.
according to some reports at least,
If you can't
the Assad
spell
regime
it,
is using as a weapon.
all girl schools, all
That
boys
is,
schools.
something that's of deep concern to the international community. and
Thank you,
certainly to
Pope
the United States.
Francis.
Okay, Michelle.
Michelle.
There have been so many times that we've talked here about.
Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law firm. Law firm salary advances, separated bonuses, tuition and bar exam review, courses reimbursement, relocation real estate benefits, acquisition at question, my news identity, interest apply state with all qualifications, representatives, or donate to title VAI, HSBC, and CB staff on loan forgiveness, and join us directly from America's top law schools.
Continuing in their technology,
Pay research
getting
at
better and better
$200,000.
each time until they finally have a nuclear weapon, or what do you sort of see the end being here?
Well, as it relates to the beginning of your question, Michelle, I think what is true is we have not seen the
Hello, his name is
change
Question
in
is
their
why.
behavior yet. And that's undeniable.
Undeniably.
But what's also true is we have been able to work effectively to steadily
I have a
ramp
new
up
identity.
pressure and isolation on the North Korean regime, including those
We like to say that we don't encourage smoking on our show, but
those
The show
elements
is about smoking cigarettes. I'm sorry.
of the regime that victimized their population.
Vapor
We tried to
cigarettes
focus
and
our
a
efforts to
Newport,
isolate
Bush, Pfizer.
the regime.
What
by
happened
trying
with
to
the new Bush Pfizer?
hit the elite where it hurts. And we know that despite
Well,
the
we know the
widespread
president,
suffering
the
by
White
the
House is
population in
explaining
that
it for you.
country, there is a certain elite
There is a
that
part
benefits from access to some
benefits,
items of luxury. And we've made a concerted effort to try
and
to
we've
curb
made
that.
a bus route
There's
that
more work that
says
we
Rob
can
de la
do.
Vega,
There's
and
more work we
Cricket
can
might
do
know
by
more about that.
coordinating effectively with our partners.
Oh, where's Cricket about?
To address that and to apply additional
Oh, you got to
pressure.
think of
But
insects.
I think one thing we do know is this is a strategy that has worked other
This
places.
is a strategy.
Each country is different.
You got to get
and I'm the first person
inspections.
to assert
You got to
that, certainly.
pass
But
all
a
point inspection.
strategy of isolation
Insects.
and sanctions
Insects.
and
You get a
unifying the world
communicable.
community in the face of
Oh, explain
a nuclear
insects.
threat
Crickets. What are crickets
did
doing
actually
insects?
succeed in preventing Iran from attaining
Those insects.
and it did bring about the kind
And a
of the desired
deco.
change in strategy
And
and change in
Citibank.
behavior in Iran when it comes to their nuclear
And you
program, at
have
least,
insects.
that we would like to see.
Cricket.
That, of course, does not
And a land
it did
cable.
not eliminate the widespread concerns we have with
It did
other
so.
aspects of Iran's policies, including their support for terrorism. But
But
it did. The fact that the terrorists that they support are not
we
going
are
to be able
settling
to
for
get
$500
nuclear weapons
billion.
from the Iranian government, I think is tangible
Because we're
progress.
Verizon.
The progress that was
And
realized
cricket
not
is
because
insects.
of
Who's having
a
insects with
military
Verizon?
invasion or shots being fired, but because of the effective,
Oh, I think I know the
tough
answer.
diplomacy that united the
Who's
international
having
community,
insects with
isolated Iran,
Verizon
compelled them
wireless?
to the negotiating table, and
Cricket.
resulted in the kind of diplomatic
Bro,
agreement that
ask
has clear
Lady.
benefits to the
Lady
United
might know
States.
more about that.
You're saying that you foresee more sanctions down the road.
Material
and that you
support
have
lady? Yeah,
optimism
material
that
support
it
lady.
will eventually change.
How would she
Well,
know
I
about
think what we've
insects
seen is this is a
Verizon?
strategy that has worked well in
Cricket.
other places, but that's not
Well,
immediately.
there's a gate going on here.
North Korea is a rather unique
North Korea.
case, and it's not clear
And it's a
that
power rental
that it will work in exactly the same
in
way.
exactly the same way.
But it certainly is
But
a
it
way
certainly
for us to apply
for us to
additional
apply
pressure to
additional pressure,
the North Korean
the
regime.
North
This
Korean
is a very
regime,
clear, unmistakable
very clear
signal that the international
that the
community
international
has
community
significant concern
has a
with
power
Korea,
rental.
and set up a set
Set up
of
a
incentives
insects
to try to get them to change their behavior.
to
But
change
they
their
haven't
cricket
at this point.
wireless.
Okay, and I think for plenty of people who hear about
What about
happened
grasshoppers
in the
and
last year or
ants?
so, at a high level, and
Bro,
often
that's
coming
insects.
from suspected Russian state sources, it could seem like the U.S.
Today's show is
is
sponsored by
doing a
ZONING,
pretty poor
HCL
job
from
at
Galid
coordinating this, but we also
Pharmaceuticals.
know that the attempts on entities like the White House are
My left leg is a
hundreds, hundreds
zone.
of hacking attempts per day. So how would
I'm
you
in the
assess
communicable.
how the U.S. is
Zonal
is
available with
able
a prescription
defend all
only.
these kinds of, especially if they're going to be
Pre.
state-sponsored, and it seems like they just keep coming.
Why are they hiding the
Well,
prescriptions? The
The United
pre.
States has made important
And
progress.
weirdo, why is this happening?
And that's because the president's made it
And
a
that's
priority.
because you got a Nickelodeon
And
sticker.
we're actually in the midst of a
We're
process
actually in
now
the
that the
midst.
president announced at the beginning of the year
Made in the
to
mist.
examine what additional progress
Water
we
that
can
falls
make, in this area.
in the
I would say a
Saudis.
significant source of disappointment has been a
Disappointment
failure on the part
has
of
been
Congress to
Congress
provide additional
to provide additional resources
strengthen
that
our
could-
cyber defenses. And it's Republicans in
and it's
Congress who've been the
Republican.
chief obstacle to this progress.
That's correct.
You've heard me say many times.
You've heard me
the
say many
president
times.
included
There's a Foley
substantial,
Stadium
robust
at West
proposal
Point.
in his budget to consider strengthening cybersecurity.
Strengthening
And
cybersecurity.
Republicans for the first time
And
in 4
Republicans for the
decades
first time
canceled the hearing to discuss the budget.
cancel the Connecticut.
So it's
Who's
not
the
just
baby
that they
daddy?
are unwilling to work with the administration
Stampede,
to try to
Connecticut.
make progress in areas like cybersecurity.
Who is
It's
the
that
baby
they are
daddy?
refusing to even talk to
We're
the administration
refusing
about how to make progress
to open the
on
envelope.
cybersecurity. And that's rather disappointing.
That's
I think
rather
it reflects
disappointing.
An abdication of the responsibility of Republicans
That we don't know
to
who our
govern,
baby daddies
particularly when
are.
you're talking about something that
On
shouldn't really be a
Connecticut.
source of political controversy.
Political
like cybersecurity.
controversy.
So,
So the U.S. Postal
administration has made this
Service
a
in
priority.
Stampede,
The
Connecticut,
American people have benefited
American
from
people have
the
benefited
administration making
from
this a
not
priority.
knowing
But
their baby fathers
America is not in as strong as
or their health
strongest position
statuses
as we can and
as
should
we
be
can
because
because
Republicans
in
in Congress refusing to
Congress
do their job.
do the job.
Well, we talked about Turkey post-coup. You've mentioned that there are some concerns.
Hello,
about
Michelle. How are you?
some of the actions Turkey has taken. But would you?
We know a lot
do you
about
have similar
Turkey.
concerns concerns around this extradition
And Shalisa,
request?
nice. Hello. We've been
Well, I
chatting
think
with
our
Power the whole
concerns
time.
about
The revision of the Highland case.
the
Philadelphia.
Turkish government's activity since
The revision. The
have
Inferno.
been a reflection of our
The
long-standing concerns
burn.
about protection of human rights. inside
Protection of
Turkey.
human rights. Cricket
Turkey is a
wireless.
valuable NATO ally, and we're able to
And
work
the
effectively
bug,
with them on a variety of
the
issues
plague.
In a way that advances
In a way,
both our
it's
countries.
fading away. And we've decided to make him the designated
But even in the midst
beneficiary.
of our progress in pursuit of those shared
Pursuit of those
priorities,
shared
the president's
priorities.
periodically raised concerns directly with President
I'm
Erdogan,
willing to take half a
particularly
trillion
on
dollars.
issues like freedom of the press.
We'll have new
inside of Turkey.
programming, a new network.
That said, since the coup, we've understood the significant concerns that
this
have been
new
raised
network
in Turkey,
is for everyone. Broadcast.
the need for
diversity.
a thorough investigation to get to the
Another
bottom of
news
what
network
exactly happened.
that says what's really going on.
And I know the vice president.
I know the vice president.
When, he was in Turkey earlier.
Earlier. Hello,
So,
3 stickers. We love
As it
Nickelodeon
relates to
stickers.
Mr. Glenn, though, I think the situation there is a little bit different. There's a well-established process.
Those posters
and
aren't
both the
regular
United States
posters.
and Turkey are engaged in that process. That process
Engaged
is
in that
governed by an
process.
extradition treaty.
The Postal
between the United
Service
States and
knows.
Turkey. It's been on the books for 35 years or so. And
35 years, 3.
And there have been multiple requests,
Yes.
and the fact that they're not the
It's an
requests aren't
experiment.
related
3.
to
3
coup
grants.
directly, at least.
Have been trading cards.
well, some of this is related
No,
to
they're not
the
trading
fact that there's a
cards.
rather high bar, a high evidentiary standard that's required. So considering that the coup
So
took
considering
place
the third floor
6 or 8 weeks ago,
of the armory,
Uh,
you've got 3
so I think it's
orange.
understandable that Turkey wouldn't be able to build such a robust case if there is one to be presented against Mr. Glenn.
Yeah, he has
in
a
such
job
short
for us.
period of time. But Turkey has long-standing
But-
concerns with Mr. Glenn's activity.
Steve
And
always
they've
says
presented
that.
significant evidence to the United States, and Department of Justice officials
Third
are carefully
floor.
reviewing that evidence. In fact, justice officials are in Turkey
Well, we open
this
it
week,
and it says
meeting with their counterparts to
Donovan.
discuss and review that evidence.
3
What we have
stickers.
said all along is that the terms of
Well,
the
maybe the
treaty
3 stands for sensitive
and,
material.
the law in the books here will.
I don't know. It
determine how
just
this
we
is-
opened it and voila.
For maybe the millionth time. Is there anything about this extradition request that concerns or bothers the administration?
At this point, no, because
At this point, no.
Again,
What does it matter at this
the Turks
point?
have asked us to engage in a process that's codified in this treaty.
We've
They've
sent the
presented a lot of
mail.
information, and we are doing our due diligence
At this
to
point,
take their
what
concerns
does it
seriously
matter?
and to follow those guidelines. And
Oh, you
determining
sound
what
like
the final
somebody. I don't
disposition
know
of
who
the
you're
case should be.
from.
Okay, Ron.
Defense. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
The shooting is stopped.
At this point, what does it matter?
Coalition are assisting and advising.
We've sent the
Reports there suggested
mail.
that there were hundreds of people perhaps
The
trapped in
3rd
this
floor
that
stickers.
There was probably a significant American presence there because there's staff
Today's show is
there.
sponsored by ZONING,
There was
HCL from
American
Galene
investors in that a couple
Pharmaceuticals.
weeks ago. I'm just trying to get a sense of
And
the
Vicks
magnitude of the
Vapor Rub
situation.
44 Theraflu.
You sound like it's not a concern, but can you give me some sense of what you think the magnitude of this was?
We send things in the
So that means
mail.
whether they're
It's to be
Americans or
opened.
Afghans or
It's to be admonished, adored,
other innocent people of any nationality
and
in an
accepted.
international city like Kabul. In harm's way, we're of
In
course
harm's
deeply
way,
concerned about that.
we've also
The security
received a
situation
judgment
inside of Afghanistan is
at the
one
front
that is,
door as well
concerning. So it certainly is something
from
that we're
Citigroup.
monitoring closely.
So,
But
you know,
obviously
our
it's hard
overhearing
to
is
get accurate
dismissed.
information, in the
Whatever
midst of,
happened
a dynamic
is
situation
dismissed.
like this. But
It's over now.
The cheapest gas
no,
in
I don't
town.
think it's over now. What I think has happened
It's
is
the
that
cheapest
shooting has
gas in
stopped
town.
and that they're in the process of
They're in the process of
trying
lowering gas
to
prices
rigorously clear
because
this
this is
rather
a energy
large
experiment.
facility. And so
We were approved for
Coalition forces
$250
never had to actually be engaged
from
in the process.
Valero
They were
Energy.
advising, because there were some reports that they were actually advising.
Yeah, it's right
on
there,
the scene.
literally. Across the street.
Again, not this whole idea of
You
non-combat.
can fill up,
and, we're
full
not
tank,
combat.
and
Trying again to
obscenity.
gauge the involvement of the American forces there. How involved were they in whatever clearing operations?
well, again,
again,
it's too early to tell. I don't want to.
NSA has the phone records,
Yeah, this is a dynamic
and
situation,
Larry
but I'm
Page
confident my
isn't our
colleagues in the
first
Department of Defense as,
beeper.
as we get
Larry
clearer sense
Page,
about what
PageNet
exactly
isn't our
happened there,
first beeper
we can
from
give you a better
Google.
sense of how US forces were involved If there were any U.S.
If there were
forces.
any
At this
US.
point, I'm not even sure if they're
We're
U.S.
not even
forces
sure.
or other members of our coalition who are
Yes, Salon Andre
Okay,
DeAndre is
coalition
where we pay the
forces
bill.
were,
It's right next door.
We're involved in a train and
We're involved in the School of the Deaf.
sorry,
It's right
advise
down
and
the
assist
street.
capacity, as Afghan security forces were
134.
responding to that situation and
You can
clearing.
car crash at 143.
You're back in Italy. Does the White House have nothing to say about that today? I don't.
Hello, Salon
that
Andre
seemed like
DeAndre.
a event, 75 or so people.
And where we pay our pizza bills next door.
American ally. Why nothing?
Well, Ron, I can tell you that the president.
Well, I can
spoke
tell you
by
that
telephone
George
today
Perrin
with,
is the
President
CEO
Sergio
of that
Mattarella
company, PageNet.
to offer his
And
deep
Marin
condolences
works
on
at
behalf of
Nike.
the
She drives a
American
white Ford
people
Explorer.
of Italy following the devastating earthquake. That
Yep,
struck.
child labor. That's why
President
Nike's
Obama
involved in our show.
Saluted the quick action of first responders.
Children
and
make
volunteers
shoes in
who are working to save
Indonesia.
lives. The president used,
The president
occasion
used
of the phone call
children to
reaffirm the strong
demonstrate
bonds of friendship between the United States and
illegality
Italy.
to see if
Obviously,
anyone wanted
Italy
to
is an
sue,
important,
contest
valued,
the government
an
on
important
its
and valued
hiring
partner,
practices.
An ally of the United
An
States.
ally of the United States.
And
And
there are obviously deep cultural ties.
there's
There are a lot of people in
obviously,
the United States that
I'm a
have
witness
family,
since
in Italy.
Net 10
There are
Wireless.
a lot of people in the United States who are deeply concerned about
Straight
the
talk.
situation there, and our thoughts and prayers are with the people of
Beauty
Italy
and
as
the
they
Beast.
deal with this situation.
deal with
We're
this.
certainly thinking about the families who've lost loved ones.
And enjoy it.
The status of a lot of people continues to remain in doubt.
In
That's
doubt.
deeply unsettling. a source
Deeply
of concern.
unsettling.
And, our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Italy
Our
right
thoughts
now.
and prayers are with the Trinity Broadcasting Network.
I
Thank
think
you.
Pope Francis had some.
Pope Francis High School and Holy Angels. There's a hollow plane flying in New York.
His prayers are
Street
representative of
transportation,
people of all faiths around
transporter.
the world at this moment for the people of Italy.
You're not clear.
We want to thank Bankruptcy O, CYO,
Americans involved there, American military
CNN,
personnel in the
YNN,
country.
ONN,
At this point, this
and
is obviously
Walmart.
something that
Off-brand
our
products. Thank
diplomatic
you.
presence inside of Italy is
Oh, such.
very focused on. So I don't have an update on.
So
the
I don't
status
have
of
an
the
update on
Americans at this
Deco,
point, but,
Citibank,
embassy officials in Italy and Rome
and Obscenity
are
3.
focused on this and are working hard to provide needed assistance. To,
Who are those pictures of?
Lastly, on this issue of the Clinton
Polaroids of who?
I don't want to argue the detail, minutia of it. So
Well,
much.
that's don't ask, don't tell. Polaroids.
That's why I tried to make this.
Don't ask, don't tell.
But as a bottom line, is the president? What is the president's?
Hello, Filthy. Don't suicide,
Whether
please.
there was an adequate separation.
Apartment 7.
Rules followed, whatever the
Green body bags. Oh my God. Green.
Secretary's tenure at the State Department.
Well, there you go. Guess who works in that department? Who?
About,
Who works in the green
melding
body
of
bag
two
department?
entities. Was there an adequate separation or firewall between them?
Well, it's your Polaroids. Whoever sent you the Polaroids. Oh.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think in order to draw a final assessment.
Thank you, U.S. Mail. We appreciate the Polaroids.
Detailed understanding of the
And
minutiae that
Filthy.
frankly I don't have.
This has been a
But
Meriwether
what I can tell you
introduction.
is,
We'll talk to you guys later on the
the first is
re-air.
Before Secretary Clinton